Okay. Team YouTube coming to you live from where?
From Bangkok.
From Bangkok.
Thailand.
From Thailand. So, hey guys, I visited Bangkok on holiday recently and reached out to Tan on Instagram, and Tan was like, yep, come over and I'll kick your ass too. Right? That's what you said?
No, I didn't.
No, but yeah, Tan, thank you for having me. It was awesome. I got to play tennis after a while actually on holiday. But he was nice enough to let me play with the unreleased at the time. Babolat Pure Strikes, but now they have been released. So we don't have them, they're kind of gone on demos. So I'm going to pretend that this is the Babolat Pure Strike, and we're going to talk about one specific model that I like because I'm not a racket reviewer. I don't have any intention of being one too because I like my arm a bit too much. I don't think I respond well to it. But Tan does great racket reviews, so that's the guy to put my impressions of the Babolat Strike team model, I think, right, in context to the entire line. So I love that model. If you guys don't know, I love light rackets. Like unstrung, they have to be in the 275 to 285 range. And after I put on a leather grip and some strings, I think it usually ends up in the 310 to 325 range, depends on the racket. So I like that spec a lot. Tan, I don't think
310, 325.
Strung, yeah.
Okay, still low. Right?
Still low, right? For the 10 does not play with rackets that are that light.
I play around like 325 to 330.
Yeah,
not more than that.
Yeah. But you also don't have as spinning of a game as I do. I think you can plow through the ball a lot more than I can.
Yeah. Your ball is too like way more spinning.
Yeah.
Than I do.
Yeah. And I actually thought I was a flat player, but then he made me realize that I'm actually not. So yeah, I actually love this model as well. This is the Pure Aero 98 that was released last year that Alcaraz plays with, and because it's lighter, and I love the light Pure Strike, the team model. So Tan, can you help put that racket in context with the rest of the line? Because that racket is even balanced, I would say, very, very whippy. It was strung with tour bite at around 40 pounds. I loved it. So can you help put that racket in context?
You can edit the photo.
Yeah, of course. I'll put a photo of that racket.
But the Pure Strike have, I think, like 5 specs.
Yeah.
So the team is the lightest one, 285 grams, 100 head size, and balance. I'm not sure, probably like 325 or 320. Something like that.
Yeah, it felt like 320-ish, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they have like 100 and 100 with 1620, which is interesting. And then a 98 and then a 97.
Yeah. So I think if you are like me and you like light, very whippy rackets and you like to swing very, very fast and very heavy, but you don't like the weight that comes along with it. Like maybe you're a bit broad-shouldered and strong like me. Like I tend to be like I'm still in that age where I haven't had kids, so I can relatively fit, I think. So I can swing the racket pretty fast and put a lot of action on the ball. I don't need a lot of weight on the racket. So if you're like me and you identify with that, then I think that racket is for you. But if you like a bit of plow and help from the racket, then I think you might not want the team racket. You might want to look towards the 100 regular, right?
Or like an 98.
Yeah.
So the question is like I think you're taller than me. And you're bigger than me. Why don't you use like a heavier racket?
It's because I grew up playing table tennis and then squash, right? So those rackets obviously are much lighter than tennis rackets. Like my favorite squash racket is 150 grams. And my favorite shot in any sport is the volley. So I grew up wanting to volley as much as possible, putting as much action on the ball and being as fast as possible with my footwork, right? So a heavy racket gets in the way. And when I came over to tennis, I found the same thing. Like I already had a strong wrist. I didn't have to develop my volley game or technique too much. I just naturally fell into that kind of style of play, which was, very volley based, very fast swinging, a very fast paced kind of game. So that's why that racket is right for me. Even though I'm strong and I can wield heavier rackets, they just get in the way of my game.
So the team is right for you because the swing rate is low, right?
Yeah.
And you don't customize it around here?
No.
But you put the weight around here?
Yeah, so I'll take a racket and I'll put a leather grip on it, generally, that's the first thing. So even if a racket is even balanced, I'll try and make it as headlight as possible, but then I'll string it lower so I get power from the string bed as opposed to the racket itself.
What the balance point would be like?
My favorite balance point is like 310 or less. Like ideally it'd be 305, but finding light rackets that are head light is impossible, right? Like,
No, it's
basically-
impossible.
It's impossible. So, if anyone's listening out there, Babolat, if there's anyone, Babolat, you're the one that can make a racket like that. So, there's a market for it, I think. Yeah.
And today you play with this one,
Yes.
which is the 305 gram,
Yes.
98 head size.
98 head size,
But
yeah.
the balance on this one is 31.5.
31.5.
Yeah.
It worked, right? So
Yeah.
I was okay with it because it's already a very whippy racket. Like that throat shape definitely makes it swing faster. So that negated the balance points to some extent. But I still felt like I kept wanting this to be whippier and head lighter, and then also strung with something different, right? So
Yeah.
This is RPM Blast, which is dead.
And
Yeah.
probably already dead.
And it's already dead. It died like while we were playing, right?
Yeah.
So I would love tour bite in this. I like as high vibration of the setup as possible. So
Yeah, but you play really well with this racket.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
serve is like bomb.
yeah. Serve, even volleys were fantastic. Even ground strokes were fantastic. The reason this feels so good, I can play well with it, is because it's very similar to the bolt rackets I play at home. I don't have them with me. I sometimes travel with rackets, but those rackets I will review very soon. I wanted to play with them for a year before I could put a review up, so you could trust me that I have some experience with them. But this feels very much like the bolt light rackets that I play with. That's why I could kind of settle into it, you know. Yeah. What do you play with 10 right now?
Now I'm rotating between like 3 or 4 rackets, but
Yeah.
because the 100D is one that I play probably like most often.
Yeah. And you hit a killer ball with this racket. Like I actually don't understand why you're playing with other rackets. You should just give every other racket up. Just play with this. Your slices stay so low, and somehow you still manage to hit like crazy topspin forehands. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
and today I just found a perfect setup, which is a restring zero on the main and Wasabi X, which is a round Wasabi on the cross.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my god, it's so good because it retains the spin potential that the zero can get, but the Wasabi on the cross make it more like pop easier.
Yeah. You definitely noticed it because I think the last time we played and you had this racket, you had a full restring zero in this, right?
I don't remember.
Okay.
changed strings like a lot.
You think I'm bad with strings? He's even worse. But no, I remember you had a full restring zero setup, and he already hit a much bigger, better ball. I remember, but this kind of took it to the next level, right? Like it was kind of insane. I don't know why you're playing with any other racket.
Just try to like exploring
Yeah.
other options, but this one is a killer. And I think come back to the pure strike.
Yeah.
Out of the 5 specs, I think I like the 100 the most. At first, I thought I'm gonna like the 90 because I always play with the 90.
Yeah.
But the 100 works better for me because of the spin and the power. But the 98 is kind of stiff, and it feels like a stiffer blade. You know?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
So I was like, why I play with this, not the blade? Just for like extra spin and a little bit more power. Probably just go back to the blade.
Yeah, I know. But the blade has a special place in his heart. If you watch his videos, he loves that blade, especially if it's the all black edition, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm a sucker for it.
all black racket.
Anything all black.
But then I would seriously consider switching to that. You hit a crazy good ball.
Yeah.
I am not so hot. Restring Zero is a great string, don't get me wrong. I've reviewed it very positively myself. It's just on the deader side for me, and I like very, very high vibration setup. So just to give you an example, like I like Babolat rackets. This generation is a bit softer, you can feel it. I would pick the older generation, which is stiffer, and I would still put Tour Bite in it, which would give you a pretty stiff and high vibration setup, right? Like you're laughing.
That's the arm killer.
That's an arm killer, but
you string it low.
But I string it low. I string it like sub 40, most of the time. With stiffer strings, I think you have to be at least 40 or above. But 40 pounds is a very, very nice tension for me with Tour Bite, especially in this frame. And but my arm is strong enough from playing like years of squash and other things that I don't have a problem there. I just prefer low tensions and soft setups. So, but in stiff frames.
Yeah, but for me, I think something in between. Right?
Yeah.
If it goes with Babolat racket, which is like already stiff and what is it, hollow?
Yeah, hollow
right?
feeling. Yeah.
Then I will put something like muted to like counterbalance it.
Yeah.
But if I play on something already muted, like a blade or like a T5, then I will put something like crispier on it.
Yeah. Just bear in mind, like when Tan talks about his preferences, like you should probably put more weight to what he's saying than to what I'm saying, because like I have a very unique background where I played other racket sports at a pretty high competitive level, right? So I came to tennis carrying baggage from those racket sports and preferences from those racket sports. So I tend to prefer setups that are catering to my very biased, view of how rackets should perform, especially for my high volley game. Whereas Tan has basically stuck to tennis since you were young, right?
Yeah.
So that's more representative of what most people would want out of their setups.
But I still think at the end of the day, it's based on preference.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But his preferences capture more of the market, I feel, or more of the tennis base than someone like me who wants headlight rackets and light rackets, which kind of don't exist on the market, right? So that's the point I'm trying to make.
But once I see you playing, like we play already like 3 or 4
Four times, yeah.
in this trick, and when I see you like your swing and your kind of ball that comes to make me, I kind of understand why you like the like headlight and light racket, because your racket head speed is really
high,
fast,
very high,
really fast, and it's kind of like low to high,
windshield
very
wiper,
swing,
and actually I don't feel like I'm swinging as fast as I can, because this is not a racket that's familiar to me, and it's not headlight enough for me, so I can swing even faster, right? But so again, if you find yourself in the same camp where you feel like you want to swing as fast as possible, then maybe listen to my preferences, and I think low string tensions, and if you like a lot of vibrations, a lot of feedback, then low string tensions can work very well in these things. But yeah, you should really listen to tennis and Tan on this. Yeah, so.
Actually, I kind of share your preference a bit, because I also like headlight rackets.
Headlight rackets, yeah.
But for me, the swing weight needs
to be higher.
Yeah. 325 to 330. And if I'm gonna make it headlight, so put a little bit on, the weight is gonna be something like 340, and I cannot like handle it.
Yeah.
So that's why I just like set the static weight first, and then set the swing weight, and find something that falls in between.
Yeah. That's a smart way to do it. What you need to do is to find a racket that has a 300 millimeter balance, and then weight it up. Then that will be like really fast. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it doesn't exist.
Now I kind of play with, the Wilson Steam.
From
like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's a model that, it's a frame that a lot of WTA pros use.
I think Civitlina is still playing with that model. The Steam,
And Raducanu and Yelena
Ostapenko, yeah.
And the static weight is 295. So you can put a little bit
upon it,
and it hits like, oh my god, it's really good.
It's beautiful. Yeah. I actually tried it in California, and it was painted to look like a blade, and oh my goodness, I was like, what is this?
So it's a pro stock.
Yeah, it's a pro stock racket. I was just like, and I tried to talk to the guy. He was like, hey, can you sell you my rackets? And he just was not interested. Like, they're hard to come by as they are. So like,
actually, you can find the Steam.
Yeah.
In the blade pendulum.
I leave in 2 days. I leave in 2 days. If you can find me one, like I'll take it back with me. Yeah.
Oh, but not in 2 days.
Oh, okay. I'll come back. Or when you come visit me in Canada. Then, All right. So this is Team YouTube coming to you live from
And
Bangkok.
today we win, right?
Today we won. You'll see highlights. Yeah, we kicked ass. Actually, we just got our asses kicked a bit less than we kicked ass. That's what happened today. So you'll see the highlights. It was a good match.
But we fight back.
We fought back. Yeah. All right. Awesome. See you in the next one.
See ya.
Yeah. Awesome.